G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Yeah, here you go. Today we've got this Chinese elm. This Chinese elm I grew at home. Well, I'm at home now, but in the old house. Grew it out, you know, as a field grown tree. Put it in as a little cutting, you know, tiny little thing, way smaller than my little finger. Probably like that. And well, like this, and I put it out as a little cutting, and it grew in the ground at my house for about 5 years, probably 4. And I dug it up a year ago when I moved house. When I was living in that halfway house, I did the digging up and the potting up of this, and I assume I checked out the root base, put it on this angle. I can't remember every tree, but I guess I did. I guess that I chose that front because I've got a front side branch here, then I've cut the top at an angle, and you've got the back branch here. But anyway, last summer here, the summer here just been, is when it's put on all this growth. So it's put on a fair bit of growth. I haven't touched it, I haven't looked at it. It's just sat growing. But anyway, I'm a bit late now, you know. I was meant to get to it earlier, and I'm too late. I'll show you. It's in a little bit of leaf now, and wiring it's going to be extremely hard, so it's going to be a quick video. I probably won't do a lot of wiring, maybe some guide wiring, choose the main branches, and just quickly choose them now. Really, I shouldn't be. I should, if you miss a window, it's too late, you know, until it's pushed out its spring growth. But a Chinese elm's pretty strong, and I'm gonna cut it back now anyway, and try and get the growth where I want it. But yeah, like I said, I'm a bit late. I should have done this 2 or 3 weeks ago, but man, in the last couple of weeks this tree's really pushed and really gone ahead, so I'm gonna have to get into it, stop it now, and hopefully get the growth where I want it. I'll show you the leaf. Also, I want to show you something else in a second. Bloody cold here. I'll just show you. Okay, she's bloody cold, so... Oh, hang on, I'll show you the leaf. Wherever I can find it. You can see she's already out in leaf, going out in leaf. It's almost spring here in South Australia. You know, next month is actually the first month of spring, and we're halfway through August, which is the last month of winter, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. And anyway, she's putting out a leaf. Love this time of year where you see things starting to push out. Only problem is I haven't got this one under control. I'm actually doing okay. I went out and had a look around today, and I cut some things back about a week ago, and there's actually only really this one and a couple of swamp cypress that really need some work really quick before they shoot. This one's obviously too late. I have another Chinese elm which is fine. And for those of you who wanted to have a look at the ones that I dug up in winter last year, this is one of them. So anyway, this thing doesn't look like much now. Fairly straight trunk, but I'm going to, you know, do some branching and stuff on it in time. I'll do a little bit tonight and see how it goes. But anyway, another thing I was going to show you, it's bloody cold. So underneath my legs here, you know, I'm not stupid. Well, I am stupid, but, you know, I like to make things nice for myself. I've got this little gas heater, or gas cooker. Ah, this stupid lid. Hang on, got to turn that around. Got this gas cooker, and that's going to sit under my legs, and it's going to be bloody beautiful. So I'll be working there, and you'll think I'm freezing here, but I'm not. It's all good. I've got that heater going, and that'll go up my legs. You see me catch a light? Well, I'm sure you'll hear about it later. No worries. Let's get to the tree. Okay, so this tree, you know, the shape of it has a fair bit of potential. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here. I'll do some on camera. What I might do is I might do the branch selection on camera, and then if I need to do some wiring, which is going to be hard because the buds have already shot out. If I do wiring, it's going to really cause a bit of trouble. So I'll just go through and select some branches. And everywhere you look, there's shoots that have shot out, and if you knock them off, chances are it's going to go with the other buds that it's already pushing, and you won't get any back budding in there because, you know, it's going to be easier for the tree to push out buds that are already sort of half open. So anyway, I'll go with this fat one here. I'll probably do guide wires, I think, today. Get rid of some dead ones on the front here, they're dead. Okay, all dead, just died. Would have been nice to have one here, but didn't happen. You'll probably keep this one at the front here. Cut the others off. Okay. If it gets a bit boring for you, you can fast forward a bit and see how she goes at the end. But if you're one of them, you know, dedicated viewers that want to see the whole lot, well, you can stick with me and I'll keep you on channel for the whole process, because at the end of the day it takes me the whole time, so why not you guys sit back and watch the whole thing. Right, so we've got that. I've got to decide what to do there. This one's going to be a front branch. Probably, I would say I'll probably just cut it back and let it shoot out and divide there. So that one's gone, so it's shortish. I'll go back one more actually, one more node. Shortish. This one's going to be a leader, which I can either keep it going out that way or I can pull it back. Okay, this one's going to be a side branch out that way. There's a nice big fat bud here, so I'm going to cut it back to there. And I think I've just stripped the bark back, yep. So I'll cut it back shorter. These are a bit blunt, so what's happened is I cut it and it stripped some bark back, but that's alright. You know, no worries, these things put out that much growth, who cares? You just keep cutting away. Okay, so here at the end of the branch, we've got a lot of dead stuff. Now this branch here, I was going to chop it back to here and get some back budding, and then have a nice divided branch. But I decided I want this crazy branch. I'm going to have this crazy branch come out here and then shoot up into the tree here. And this one can do what it likes, and then some of the others can start filling in up here. And, you know, end of tonight, it's going to look like crap. To be honest with you, it's going to look like crap. It won't look like a finished tree. But, you know, that's deciduous trees for you. They take a long time to develop. So you'll look at this tonight and you'll think, oh, yeah, he's done a crap job, you know. Oh, good old Aussie Bonsai Bloke doesn't know what he's doing. But, you know, then you fast forward a couple of years and see this tree and you'll probably think it looks alright. You might not, but you probably will. It's just the evolution of a deciduous tree. They're just very slow trees to progress. And I'm going to chop that one back. That's going to be this side branch. And I'm going to leave some of this upward growth because I like upward growth in a deciduous tree. I'm also going to cut it back fairly hard. I've decided against wiring it just in my head in this last... Bloody hell. Camera ran out again. I don't know what you missed, but I was just saying I've decided completely against wiring. I'm not going to wire tonight. I may do a guide wire, but that's it. Because I've decided that these buds and leaf is that protruded already that I only need to touch them and they'll fall off. I don't know what else you heard, but I was just saying that you might think Aussie Bonsai Bloke don't know what he's doing because at the end of tonight it's going to look like crap. But in a few years, when this all develops and this all fills out, and even though I've got this weird long branch here, everyone's going to hate it. And I know 20, probably 25 people out of 26 would cut this off, or maybe even 25 and a half. But I'm going to keep it because, you know, add something different to the tree, and then I'll let it come up and bush out from here, and I'll let that one bush out. You know, I just like to do things differently, so if I see something a bit different, I tend to keep it and not chop it off. Now, let's have a look back here. Okay, we've got this side. Well, it's sort of like a back branch. There's a bit of dead here. I'll cut some dead out. This literally is not going to be a long procedure. I'll keep you live for it all. So what's happened is I've got all these branches, and if you can sort of tell, it actually is quite fat at the base now and then thins out pretty well. So it's actually done a good job at getting some ramification in there, all those branches. Are whacking me in the face here. So now I'm going to get in there, I'm going to chop any weird ones out. I'm just going to chop them out. Okay. And by the way, if you wanted to, you could cut these, Kim, all for cuttings. And I may well do, because I do want to start a bit of a plantation out at my new place. I'm just so busy that I'm not sure that I've got time this year, but I know in the future I definitely will. Let me get a bit of time. Get the old knob cutter, make a cleaner cut. So, in close here, get rid of that one, don't like that one. Okay, so in close here, I've got two branches coming out. One there, one there. I'm not sure whether or not I will keep it. I think for now I will, because at the end of the day, all that's going to do is fatten up the base of this other back branch here, and also I could end up wanting to keep it. So I'm going to cut it back short and just keep it for now. There's a nice shoot here, a little baby shoot there. You probably can't see it from where you guys are, but there is. Okay. Just no, that one's straight down. Don't like straight down on deciduous. Never have, never will. Cut the tip of that one off. For now, I'll probably keep that. Cut that one there. Cut that one back short. That'll give me plenty of division in those few branches. I think all these little twiggy ones have died, because remember I had a really hot summer and my watering system was pretty crappy, so a lot of stuff dried out. And then to create a bit of interest, what I'm going to do, I think, is allow this back branch here. Whoa, jeez, well, it took me out. I'm going to allow this back branch here, which is going to look a bit silly for now, to grow up. And that's going to compete with the apex up here. I'll also show you there's some, actually I'll go one lower, because I've just noticed a few shoots in the side of the tree, which is quite exciting. And I'll face that towards the sun. I'll show you in a second. We're going to face that towards the sun because I want to promote those buds, you know, get them to grow, because they're in a good spot. I'll just show you in a sec. Okay, there's 2 there, 3 there. Don't want more than... Wow, that one was hard. I don't want more than 2 in any location, so I've just cut that back pretty hard. I would like just one branch. If I can get one bud back here to come up, that will make that branch look a lot better, but I don't need it, you know. I don't have to have it. I'm pretty happy if it is straight like that, you know. Like I say, a lot of people will say that looks ugly, but it's not too bad, I reckon. I reckon in time, when this all fills in, that branch could become a bit of a feature. Yes, Sam? Yeah?
We need to turn the remote off.
Okay, I'll do that for you. Are you going to have a bath?
No.
No?
I'm finished playing the game.
Okay, I'll turn it off, okay? Okay, good boy.
Love you.
Love you too, bud.
Bye.
Have fun.
I will. And one big bye.
Bye. We'll just have a look. We're up to 6 minutes. I can only do 10-minute videos in this high definition, otherwise, yeah, it cuts out. That's why I keep looking at my clock. I'm at a bit of a debacle. I think that's the word, yeah, a bit of a debacle as to whether or not I keep this leader to get really strong and thick. Whether I cut it here and get a shoot to come out this way and try and get some balance back this way, or whether I let the whole damn thing just keep going that way. Because at the end of the day, if you have it all going back that way, and then you've got good roots on this side of the tree, it'll sort of anchor it down and it won't matter that it all goes out that way. So generally I would have always pulled it back, created a nice loopy branch there, or cut it here and allow that one to shoot out. But I think in this case, you know, I'm changing what I do in time. I change, everything changes, and I've decided, you know, I don't want the normal average tree that you see, you know, the you know, a few little zigzags here and there, and then the whole thing's just a nice little, you know, compact, lovely tree to look at. I wouldn't mind a bit of drama and it heading off this way and all the balance going out that way, and then this side having to hold it down or hanging out the side of the pot. And that's why I planted it in this sort of angle. It's actually quite solid in there. It's grown for 1 year. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this back, the main leader, and you can see I've got 2 left, and I'm going to leave them so they thicken up really quick. And whichever one becomes the most dominant, that's fine, you know. Happy to do that. There's also another big fat bud right here at the junction. I'm going to knock that one off because otherwise you would end up with 3 from that one location. So I've knocked that fat bud off. Extremely easy to knock off. And I'll give you a bit of a close-up of what I've done. Like I say, not a big video. I didn't do anything dramatic at all. One thing I will do, I reckon I'll cut this one off here and then go with these 2 at the end. This one will go up, and I do want to show you a couple of buds that have shot in the perfect location. Just beautiful. Alright, like I say, hang on. Okay, I'll show you these buds. Damn. Anyway, it's alright, I just forgot to charge my camera. It's nearly flat. So you can see these leaf trying to shoot out here, which is why I'm not wiring anything. I've cut it all back pretty short anyway, so it's okay. And it's got a good root system in here now. It's been growing for a year. But I do just want to show you something. This whole trunk's fairly bare apart from this back branch, a couple of side branches, and the top leader. And I think these are okay. I think they're okay. They'll shoot out. What I do want to show you is you have a look at the side of this tree. Right in the middle of the bark there, you can see these leaves coming out. And I really hope, and I'll try and promote it by putting that towards the sun. And if I put those couple of shoots towards the sun, hopefully they will shoot out and that'll create a nice branch out here, which this tree really needs. And it'll stop any, major dieback in here. Also, I'm going to carve this down. Once I work out where the tree is going to go, once it's grown, however far it's going to grow. Just moving this tree on this turntable. Okay, so, that's a dumb, dorky looking branch, but I know it's just complete arrogance, but I'm going to try and make it work with the design of this tree in the future. I know it's a stupid looking branch. Most people cut it back to here, grow it out, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it. Just to be a defiant little rat. Okay. No worries. I'm hoping some of these here buds shoot out as well. They may well do. That one will be a front branch. Could be a side to back branch. And then see what happens here. The only thing is that'll be 3 shoots in one location. If nothing shoots out the back here, I may keep it. Otherwise I might chop this back one off. But I definitely need a front one here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I don't know what the roots are like. I did look at them when I first collected it, but there's no way I can remember what they look like. I just know that it's getting, nice bark already. Like I say, keeping that weird branch just to be different. That's all. Just to be different and arrogant, I'm keeping it. No worries. G'day, welcome back. Well, we've pretty much finished here. I got this trim back to where I want it for it to flush out again in the spring. Because I've got no wires on, I don't have to worry about wires biting in. I've kept this branch. I'll call it the arrogant branch because that's just me being a dick, because I just want to buck the trend and have something weird on my tree just for the sake of it. And I'll try and make that work in the tree in the future. Also, I showed you I've got that little bud on the back here, which I almost bloody knocked off with my finger just then. Not quite, almost. Like I say, these buds, they just fall off. You just touch them and they fall off when they're like that, so you've got to be extremely careful. So yeah, this tree is probably 4 years, maybe 5 years in the ground, 4 years, and a year from collection. So 5 to 6 years old, all up, and that's it, from a tiny little stick like this. And I should be keeping some of those branching for cuttings, but realistically I'm thinking maybe next year I should do that, because I'm a bit busy this year to create a grow area, and I've got enough trees on the go at the moment anyway, so maybe I won't do it this year. Maybe next year I'll set up a grow area, take a heap of cuttings, show you how to do cuttings, show you the whole process, setting up the drippers for a grow area, all the irrigation, all that stuff. Get a heap of trees going, and then I'll show you the whole, the progress through all the field growing in the next 4 or 5 years, because literally you only need a tree in the field for about 5 years to collect it, especially these deciduous. They grow that fast that if I was to leave this outside in the field for more than 5 years, say 8 or 9, you start to get into the territory of needing a massive pot. Like you can see, I've got another Chinese elm which I think I grew for 6 years, and that's got a base double this one. And that's big enough for most people, and it starts costing too much for pots and stuff. So this sort of size is pretty good. 5 years in the field, and I'll show you the whole process from cuttings to irrigation to planting it, to watering it. After 2 years growth, we'll do a big trunk chop. And I'll do the whole field at the same time, so there's no difference in any of the trees. And you'll get to see all the trees progress. And you'll see how some trees just naturally are way better than others, and other trees will always be dodgy. Some trees just grow really well and just really seem to, fit the form for bonsai, whereas other trees don't. So we'll do some field growing together. Like I say, I'd like to do it this spring, but I would have probably already had to be set up as far as all the cuttings growing and all that sort of stuff. I could probably try it, but I think I'm too busy. Anyway, and because it's already in leaf, there's less chance of it taking. Although I am really just talking myself out of it. We'll see. Anyway, definitely within the next year I'm going to start doing it, and I'll take you through the whole process: cutting, trunk chopping, branch selection, winter pruning, all the way to collecting them again in another 5 years, 6 years, collecting them again. Should be pretty fun. Alright, no worries. I'll give you a spin of the tree now, just a quick one because nothing special. It's got to grow out. This is deciduous tree training for you, Looks like crap now. And all the branching I had at the start's gone. But this is why people don't do demos with deciduous trees, because this is what you end up with. If you want to get good branch structure, you have to cut back hard, let it shoot out again. That's just how it is. There's no, bending a branch into a spot and covering an area, because it's not an evergreen. So if you did that and then it goes deciduous, it's just going to look silly with a branch bent down and then hanging back out. Whereas a pine or something that's evergreen, it hides the bending that you've done forever. If you want to hide that, you can. And it hides it forever. So you can bend them wherever you like, and basically just get to hit branches and bend them in positions that you want. Even if you've got all the branches coming from the top on some pines, you can bend them all down, put one out here, one out here, and just bend them everywhere and fill the whole area in. And within the first 2 or 3 years, you've got a fairly decent bonsai. Whereas deciduous tree, this is the first year of development. So this is year number 1. Year number 2, it'll be a little bit more ramified, maybe a bit more branching, but still it'll be well away from being called anything like a bonsai. Probably 5 years before it does become one. Like that other Chinese elm I got, that's probably 5 years. Anyway, no worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.